So they're all alive but knocked out. Yelena dreams of her training as a girl and how her best friend was killed on a mission. Bob appears in the dream too right before she wakes up. She notices that her hand is touching Bob's as they pull back. John keeps questioning Bob, who swears he doesn't remember anything. When Bob mocks him for his attitude, John aggressively pushes him against the wall and Yelena has to pull them apart. She explains they must work together to find an exit and Bob asks her to leave without him, not caring when she says he'd die. They bond over feeling a void inside them sometimes. Then John finishes making a hole in the wall so they can leave. The group is moving and they appear on the security cameras, which Valentina can see on her tablet. She discusses with Mel her options to kill them all, unaware that her driver is Alexei. Moments later Mel calls Bucky, who is cleaning his metal arm in the washing machine. Mel explains that she can't talk to him because it would get her in trouble, so she wants him to track her phone to get the intel he needs. Bucky is supposed to be doing things legally now, but he's so desperate to bring Valentina down that he agrees. Afterward Mel leaves on a plane with Valentina and checks the company files until she discovers that Bob is one of the test subjects from Project Sentry. Valentina thought all subjects were dead, so if Bob survived the procedure, it means a scientist found a way to make it work. Back in the facility, the group enters the elevator shaft and John tries to jump up, but it's too high to reach the exit. Bob offers an idea, so the four of them end up locking arms to form a climbing circle. They keep arguing as they go up, getting frustrated because the shaft never seems to end. Eventually they reach the door and realize there's no way for one of them to cross it without the others falling. Another argument ensues, so John grabs Yelena's baton and sticks it on the door. The others fall, but Ghost manages to hold on to the wall with her tools, and Yelena holds on to her before using cables to catch Bob. Then John throws the fire hose down the shaft so they can follow him. When John grabs Bob's hand, he suddenly finds himself at home. His wife is asking him to watch their son, but instead he's looking at news articles mocking him and he's dismissive of her worries. He snaps out of it when Yelena calls his name, and John realizes he almost went down the shaft. The group goes to the front door and discovers they're surrounded. While Yelena and John argue over a plan, Ghost disappears. At the same time, Valentina arrives and tells her men that this is now a non-lethal mission because she wants to rescue Bob. Suddenly the front door explodes thanks to Yelena's bomb and the soldiers make their way in. Yelena tries to bring the power back on but the machine fails, so John has to fight them in the darkness. When Yelena and Bob reach the corridors, the soldiers are down and John is gone. A new team is sent inside and fills the area with gas. Yelena grabs masks from the fallen soldiers so she can protect Bob while she starts fighting the men. Not to lose sight of Bob, she ties him to her back with a hose. She brings a few more soldiers down and disarms one, so she passes the gun to Bob. He's an awful shooter and bullets end up bouncing all over the room. Bob tries to shoot a soldier but stops when he notices it's John, who stole a uniform to remain unnoticed. Afterward all three of them put on soldier uniforms and go outside, where Ghost is waiting with a stolen truck. When they try to leave, some soldiers stop them because the mission isn't over. John tries to lie but the guards aren't buying it. Suddenly they hear shots and discover that Bob has left the truck. He's shooting in the air to get everyone's attention, and the soldiers rush to shoot him down. While a desperate Valentina orders them to stop, the group uses the chance to leave. They don't get to see that Bob is still alive. His body floats up and he makes a big jump that takes him to the clouds, and this time the team can see him. Unfortunately Bob passes out and falls. His landing is so strong that it sends a huge shockwave and the entire area shakes, causing the truck to crash. The trio continues on foot and discusses Bob, realizing that Valentina had been experimenting on people just like the government said. Yelena shows them the papers she stole, which show a shiny suit for a superhero named Sentry. In the morning, a company helicopter takes Bob away while Valentina orders Mel to reopen an old facility. The trio is still walking and trying to find civilization, but they drop to the ground when they see a car. It turns out to be Alexei, who has come wearing his old soldier suit to rescue his beloved daughter. As the group leaves in the car, a bunch of trucks appear behind them and open fire. Alexei uses a vodka bottle to make a Molotov bomb and throws it at their enemies, but the trucks are armored and take no damage. Ghost jumps to the back of the car to attack, but the trucks have the same sound barrier as the facility, which hurts her and forces her to go back. While John stops the bullets with his shield, Yelena gets ready to shoot, but something else makes a truck explode and sends it off the road. Soon another grenade hits the second truck and also brings it down. It turns out Bucky is following them on his bike. The last truck starts shooting at him, but he drives fast to dodge all the bullets. He goes to the side of the truck and punches a soldier to steal a gun, then he shoots a rope to break it. Once the truck's ahead of him, Bucky uses his special arm to pull at the rope, causing the last truck to crash too. Lastly he shoots mine at the limo, also defeating Yelena's group. At the special facility, Valentina visits Bob, who is just waking up. She explains that Bob used to be an addict with a mentally ill mother and a juvenile record, who signed up for her medical trials to become a better person. When she tries to bring up Bob's father, he gets upset and all the lights flicker. Valentina tries to manipulate him, saying that the assassins at the facility were very bad people but he